This is Josiah Plays Dragon Age Origins. So, I made a small error, viewers of this playthrough on YouTube. I forgot to start recording again when I came back from my little break, so you've missed some things. I finished that little mini dungeon, I did a puzzle at the bottom, I met the demon. The demon was in the form of a cat, had the little girl. I solved the puzzle, killed the Desire Demon, came back out, woke up the Golem, Shale, talked to Shale a little bit. Shale has now joined my party. That is where we're at. Sorry I missed recording that stuff. My bad. But we're just gonna move forward from here. What can I say? I have a heart of stone. The Golems of Orzammar once made up the vanguard of the Dwarven army, holding back the tides of Darkspawn that flooded out of the deep roads. But the art of making them was lost, and many of them succumbed to wear and damage in battle. Shale has no memories either of the time spent fighting in the deep roads or of coming to Honleith, only a few spotty and bitter recollections of its last master. Caitlin unearthed Shale's control rod and awakened it, adding a bitter, malfunctioning golem to the menagerie of companions. The golem joins your party. With the correct command words and the control rod, you successfully activated the golem in Honleith, though the control rod seemed unable to compel it to follow your commands. The golem's name was Shale, and it claimed to have no memories except those of the villagers it was forced to watch for the past 30 years. With nothing better to do, Shale has decided to accompany you in your journeys. So yeah, we now have Shale. And people disapproving for some reason. Alistair is at a plus 15. We now have Shale, who has 24 strength, 29 constitution, 13 points of armor, 48 defense, 69 attack, does a bunch of damage. Like, just as a comparison, Sten has 15 armor, 50 attack, 50 defense, 76 attack. And oh my god, Shale's garbage compared. Shale also has no skills. But Shale has the following talents, warrior talents. Shale has powerful and threaten, so Shale can be our tank. And taunt, yeah, so Shale really can be our tank, which is kind of what I was hoping for. And then Shale has its own set of talents here. It's got pulverizing blows. Shale activates a mode that allows offensive talents, taking a penalty to defense in exchange for a bonus to damage. With Slam, Shale gains an additional bonus to damage. With Quake, Shale gains a bonus to armor penetration. With Killing Blows, Shale gains an even greater bonus to damage. And then Slam slams a stony fist into an enemy target. And Quake. So Shale can only use Slam and Quake if she's in Pulverizing Blows stance. But then she's got the Stoneheart mode. Basically, she's got different modes she can go into, and Rock Mastery is her other mode, where she's like a ranged DPSer. Oh, and Support mode, a stone aura that imbues nearby party members with bonuses. Okay. Tank, support, buff, melee, DPS, ranged DPS. You got 4 modes right. What's up, Hippofant? I mean, you've been here, but I'm just saying what's up again, just because. I think we're going to be using her in Stoneheart mode. Shale activates a mode that allows defensive talents and gains bonuses to armor and elemental resistances, while nearby enemies become more likely to target Shale. Bellow, Stone Roar, and a Regenerating Burst increase the effects. Stone Roar also gives Shale a bonus to health regeneration, and Regenerating Burst gives a bonus to health regeneration and stamina regeneration. And then she has Bellow. Shale erupts with the sound of the rock itself, stunning nearby enemies unless they pass a mental resistance check. After learning this talent, nearby enemies are even more likely to choose Shale as a target whenever Stoneheart is active, and the bonuses in that mode increase. So...
just don't order me.
I want her in Stoneheart mode. And I want her with Threaten on as well. So she should be pretty tanky at this point. The other thing we can do with Shale is we can give her these crystals. So she gets a large crystal and a small crystal, I think. One is like her armor and the other is like her weapon. So right now she's got a large chipped spirit crystal. Dark colors swirl within this crystal's glow, leaving you strangely ill at ease. Gives 9 armor and 10% spirit resistance. If she wears this one, she gets nature resistance, and it's the same. Large chipped fire crystal, large chipped spirit crystal, large clear natural crystal is better. Large chip, large clear. That gives 14.4 armor. And a bunch of other good stuff. So she's going to use that one. And now she's got green crystals instead of... which is pretty cool. And then she uses a small chipped crystal... a small crystal as her... oh, she needs 26 strength to use the clear one. So for now she can choose between this one, 5 damage, electricity damage. I think these are pretty much exactly the same except for the type of damage. So we'll use the fire one. $262 health. Now 23 armor. Yeah, so Shale is now our party tank. Tactics. Defender. Stoneheart. Threaten. Taunt. Bellow. All right. Meanwhile, I seem to have leveled up. So I'm gonna go 2 willpower, 1 magic. What spell do I want? I need 30 magic for Crushing Prison. And I have to take telekinetic weapons first. Other spells I'm really interested in getting are Blizzard, which I need 34 magic for. I could get Shock. I could get Rock Armor. Ooh, I should get Stone Fist, because if you freeze somebody and then hit him with Stone Fist, you can possibly shatter them. Which sounds like a pretty cool combo. But to get Stone Fist, I have to get Rock Armor first. So I'll get Rock Armor. It was a rock armor. Rock armor. So if I put rock armor
It is
on,
begun.
it takes me down a lot of... It takes me down a lot of mana, especially if I'm also doing frost weapons. Oh, does frost weapons turn Shale completely frosty? If so, that's kind of cool. He's like a frost golem. She's like a frost golem. Well, at that point, I should give Shale the ice crystal instead of the fire crystal. Because there she does extra cold damage. My icy frost golem. Her whole body gets affected by it. That's pretty funny. So this rock armor, what does it do for me exactly? It says a bonus to armor. Okay, let's take a look. My armor is 8. Oh, it goes from 2 to 8. That's a pretty significant difference, but... It also doubles my fatigue and has a upkeep of 40 mana. So I think I should use this more situationally. I shouldn't keep this on all the time. And then next time when I level up, I can get Stone Fist, and then I can freeze somebody with Winter's Grasp or Cone of Cold, and then I can Stone Fist them and shatter them, which is pretty cool. And this right here might be my party for the whole rest of the game. Sten, Shale, and Leliana. The only possibility is that I'll replace Sten with Ogrim, but I don't think I will. I think I'll keep Sten. I think I'll keep these three for the rest of the game. Unless I have to have somebody else with me for a specific quest, you know what I mean? But like beyond that, I think I'll keep this party for the rest of the game. Look how tiny Shale is. Like, look how big Sten is compared to Shale. You would think the Golem would be. But I think they said she used to be larger, but she shrunk or whatever. And I get to listen to the Golem clomping and tromping around the whole time. What if I made Leliana melee? I mean, she's got all these archery talents, so it seems like kind of a waste. She's already used up a lot of those fire arrows. Well, she can use Bregan's bow now. And the edge. She's got all these archery talents, so if I switch her to melee, it would kind of feel like a waste. Plus, the AI, to be effective melee rogue in this game, you really need to be flanking. You need to be attacking from behind. And the AI will never fucking do that effectively, so you pretty much have to make her a rogue or else she'll be just shitty in melee. But yeah, she can use this bow now, which is quite a bit better. Oh, it's very fancy looking too. Alright, we're gonna go back to the party camp so that we can talk to Shale and also take the gear off of Alistair and maybe reassign some gear.
Of course.
Song of Valor. I wonder if Song of Valor is any good, really. It says it helps mana and stamina regeneration. I wonder how much it's really helping my mana regeneration. And I wonder how close I have to be.
On my way.
Oh, something's happening. Just stomped that fucking chicken! And then we look back and Shell's just like, shrug. That's pretty funny. Alright, well that DLC is now complete. I think I'm gonna go now to... Well, we're gonna go to the party camp first.
I lied to you, you know, about why I left Orlais.
Oh, what's all this? Why?
I didn't feel like talking about it then. What happened to me? Maybe it will affect us, maybe not, but you should know. I came to Ferelden and the Chantry because I was being hunted in Orlais.
Hunted? What for?
I was framed, betrayed by someone I thought I knew and could trust. Marjolaine. She was my mentor and friend. She taught me the bardic arts, how to enchant with words and song, to carry myself like a highborn lady, to blend in as a servant. The skills I learned, I used to serve her, my bard master, because I loved her, and because I enjoyed what I did.
You loved her?
She was a remarkable woman. I cannot fully express the admiration I had for her, or the depth of my affection. I thought I knew her. My devotion to her blinded me to her less than noble attributes. You can say it was my fault. There was a man I was sent to kill. I was to bring Marjolaine everything he carried. I don't know who this man was. She gave me a name and a description, and I hunted him down. I found documents on his body, sealed documents.
I like how we can see Stan in the background standing there with his back to us like, totally listening. He's totally listening, but he's got his back to us, so, you know, that makes it okay. Like, really, Stan? You have to stand right there, huh? Sealed documents. You opened them, didn't you?
My curiosity got the better of me. Something told me that I needed to know what was in those letters. Marjolaine had been selling all kinds of information about Orlais to other countries, Nevarra and Antiva among others. It was treason.
Isn't that what bards do?
Some. But I had always assumed Marjolaine only operated within Orlais. This was an unhappy surprise for me. My life as bard taught me that my loyalties should be kept fluid. My concern was not that she was a traitor, but that her life would be in danger if she was caught. Orlais has been at war with so many countries. It takes a harsh view of such things, as I later discovered.
What do you mean?
I should have left well alone, but I didn't. I had to tell Marjolaine I feared for her life. She brushed aside my concern. She admitted her guilt, but said it was in the past. That is why the documents had to be destroyed, she said. I believed her. I kept believing up till the moment they showed me the documents, altered by her hand, to make me look the traitor.
That's a cold betrayal. She betrayed you.
Yes, the Orlesian guards. They captured me. Did terrible things to make me confess and reveal my conspirators. It was a traitor's punishment I endured. And at the end of it, all that awaited me was eternity in an unmarked grave.
That sucks. I didn't remember this part of her story. I don't remember much about anybody's story in this, honestly. But I didn't remember that she was, like, tortured. How did you get out?
The skills Marjolaine taught me were good for something, at least. I broke free when I saw the opportunity. I did not seek Marjolaine out. If she thought I was coming for her, she would have me caught again.
And so you came to Ferelden, to Lothering.
I was tempted to confront her. I was furious, betrayed. But what could I do against her? And so I fled to Ferelden, to the Chantry and the Maker. Ferelden protected my person, and the Maker saved my soul. And that is the reason I am here. The real reason. No more lies between us, at least in this.
Thank you for trusting me with this.
It feels good to have this off my chest. Thank you for listening and understanding.
Codex updated. Her decision to join the Chantry was not merely the product of her disenchantment with the life of a bard. Leliana was framed by her bard master and fled to escape execution as a traitor. Leliana takes care to honor the Lothering cloister that took her in and keeps... Oh, that I already said that. Okay. Reputation with Leliana going up very quickly. Okay. Where's Shale? Hiding... Right here! Aha! The rocks just suddenly burst into life. Oh yeah, so party members, I need to take some stuff off of Alistair. So then I think Sten is going to wear this heavy chainmail. Why doesn't he get the set bonus? Well, he will. What is this? An amulet. How 3 gen armor nature resistance. I think we're going to put the Mark of Vigilance on Sten, not the Feral Wolf Charm. And I think we're going to put the Band of Fire on, not the Surveyor. I think I'm gonna wear the Surveyor instead of the Ring of Study. I'd rather have a little bit more willpower. I mean, a little bit more mana.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
Never mind.
Yes.
I want to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. I am hardly surprised. Very well. As you wish.
All the enchantment.
Yes? Something you need?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Never mind. Doggo! He bounces around you, barking excitedly. Pet him. He rolls around happily on his back. There's Shale.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
So... can I remove this? I can. Liliana could use these daggers to pretty good effect if I wanted her to. Or I could just sell them. Can't decide. They even both have rune slots and everything. I think I'm just gonna sell them and have her just stick with using the bow.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife?
A cheese knife? You know, the funny thing is, I'm gonna interest you in a cheese knife, Bodan, because I'm gonna sell him a cheese knife. That's actually pretty funny. Let me see, have you heard any rumors?
I don't know what to tell you. Nothing I can think of at the moment. If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Alright, so... I would like to have this tome, but it's very expensive. I would like to have this staff, but I don't have enough magic. .38 strength for the Blood Dragon stuff. Eventually we'll get Stan into that Blood Dragon set. Ranged crit chance would be nice for Liliana. I can buy another backpack? I'm up to 110. Sweet. Of course, I have no money left. Alright, I'm gonna sell Oathkeeper. I'm gonna sell this longsword. I'm gonna sell this cheese knife. I'm gonna sell the edge. I feel like I might as well sell all these other helms and stuff because there's only one person in my party who's ever going to wear heavy armor, and he's got, you know what I'm saying? Might as well sell these. And all these chipped crystals. I'm not going to use the chipped crystals while I've got a better crystal for Shale. Bulwark of the True King. It's a nice shield, but, like, I don't see anybody in my... Oh, look how much it's worth. Holy shit, 16 gold. Moira the Rebel Queen. Some of these things that nobody's gonna wear. Embry's Mini Pockets. Amulet of the War Mage. Fuck it, I'm selling all these. Alright, there we go. So now we're down to 29 out of 110. We have a ton of inventory space now. You know, and if I want that shit back...
Your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And with your discount.
I think I can come back to him. Oh, I can't. It's only on one individual session that you can buy back items. Oh, well, I can buy the... He's got the stuff for sale, right? Maybe? Yeah, he's got the stuff for sale. So if I really wanted one of these items back, I could get it. I mean, I'd have to pay him more than I got from him, you know, but that's not really a big deal. There's nothing new to talk to Morrigan about. Alright, now we'll just have a conversation with our buddy Shale here.
I see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware it knew about them. Well done. So, what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is.
No, they're quite slimming.
It must be the vertical pattern it put them in. Did it know to do that? It must have. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak.
Shale approves. What's with the heavy sighs?
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it. The most likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
I don't think our chances are so bad.
Oh, how adorable. Such hope is sweet to see, if a bit alarming. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby. We should be alert.
You're still with me, I see.
Yes, its adventures are interesting, even if the chances for success are remarkably slim. It would be better to throw oneself off a cliff, I suspect. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go.
Don't go. I happen to need you.
Refreshing. Normally, such words would be accompanied by the wave of a control rod. I shall remain as it asks. Perhaps we should continue. Its chances of success are small enough without further dawdling.
I would have expected golems to be different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, Master, I exist to serve the Master. I shall kill for the Master and only for the Master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
Are they dirty limericks?
Mostly they involve slaughtering pigeons in creative and invasive manners. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
Being different isn't so bad.
Did I say it was bad? Huh. It thinks I hang on its every word, waiting for approval. I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
I agree. Being a golem would be handy.
Imagine the benefits. No need to eat or sleep or perform other functions. Walk underwater, crush the heads of every opponent. The possibilities are limitless. Barring the occasional 30 years or so of paralysis, there's little to compare. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
Shale is like the opposite of Barrack from Tyranny. Barrack was a shit churro, whereas Shale doesn't have to shit at all. Shit free. You're still with me, I see.
I am, as I've said. For now. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go.
No, stay. You're quite helpful.
No doubt. Without me, it would have to carry its inventory on its own. Perhaps we should continue.
I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
Are those crystals in your skin?
I like to think of them as accessories.
Do all golems have them?
I suspect that it is an art that was practiced when golems were more, commonplace. My former master collected whatever lore he could find on the subject. He searched far and wide to collect what crystals he could and then added them. It is not an unpleasant sensation.
So the decoration.
As I understand it, the crystals allow me to alter the flow of magic around me. Wilhelm had hoped to turn me into a battery of mana, something he could tap at will.
Did he succeed?
Not really. Although now that I think of it, these attempts may be what caused my disruption. Some of the crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb or reflect spells. There are various kinds. All I can promise is that should it ever find one of these crystals, I can likely tell it the function and what it would do if added to me.
Would you be willing to have more added?
Why not? I don't get to wear clothing and other adornments like the rest of you creatures after all. That answers its question, I assume? Unless it has more.
You watch that village day and night for years.
I do not sleep, so yes, and I thank it for reminding me. Try to imagine, if it will, what it would be like to be surrounded by nothing but boring peasants, all oblivious to it.
Yes, that would be rather horrid.
And then there were the birds. A whole village full of pigeons and ravens and sparrows all perching on me day in and day out.
Sounds a little messy.
Those foolish villagers would spread birdseed near me, drawing the birds, because they thought having birds perch on me was quaint. Quaint! If there hadn't been the occasional kind soul to scour me clean, I don't care to discuss this anymore.
That's why he crushed the chicken. So much... Oh, wow, Shale really approved of that conversation. I'm already at plus 25. Minor strength. Inspired by your leadership. My leadership, guys! Leadership! Gained a minor bonus to strength. So much leadership. I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
How did you end up in Honleath? Do you remember?
Oh yes, that I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum, snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it.
Do you remember anything before Honleath?
I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great battles, fighting many humans long ago. They were all very soft and squishy. And before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark.
Just how old are you exactly?
I have no idea. Wilhelm used to brag that the dwarves stopped making golems centuries ago. I do not age as you soft creatures do. Sadly, my memory is no better. Plus, I get bored and stop paying attention.
You didn't like this Wilhelm, I take it?
He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. Ha! I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it?
Wilhelm's wife sold it, I believe.
Hag.
But why were you out in front of the tower?
That is where Wilhelm kept me. He wanted me out in the open where I could be frightening like a scarecrow. I was supposed to watch for thieves. Pah! Plus, his wife didn't want me indoors. She said there wasn't room for me. Hag.
His wife?
Humph. I was once larger, 10 feet tall. Then the loathsome hag complained that I couldn't fit through the doors. So the mage had me shrunk down. Shrunk down! Can it believe it? And she still wanted me out.
I wish it was still 10 feet tall. Shrunk down. How does someone shrink a golem?
With a chisel. And a lot of nerve.
I would have thought you'd enjoy scaring humans.
I'd have happily stomped them all into paste. And then ripped down their little houses and stomped on them, too. In fact, after 30 years of watching them, I'd do it twice. What I didn't like was being ordered to do it. Dangled in front of those frightened morons like some scary thing. Once I was a statue, it took those villagers years before they'd even approach me. The first one to actually work up the nerve to touch me urinated himself.
Interesting. I'm done asking about that.
Good. I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
How scandalous. 27. Hey, it's warm. Shale is warm to me. Piss mode. Hashtag piss mode.
I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I've decided that it is not much like any of them.
But I am human.
Technically, perhaps. But according to the many years I spent observing the average human in Honleith, I doubt it has much in common with them. Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings?
Apparently golems know about genes. Well, I am a mage.
Oh, then that must be it. I knew there had to be some reason, it being a human and all. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
And we wouldn't want that.
Indeed. Can it imagine the horror? Oh. Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought.
Leadership, you guys. This is leadership.
It speaks.
You're still with me, I see.
Its journeys are fascinating. I had thought its chances slim, but perhaps I'm even wrong on that point. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go. No doubt. It speaks.
I have some more questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
You don't seem to like humans much.
That is true. I do not. I'm not interested in getting into a discussion on the subject, however. Ask another time. If it is done asking overly obvious questions, let us find some humans to throw off a cliff or something.
Throw humans off a cliff.
It speaks. I am. Does it wish me to leave?
Wait,
I can.
Wrong one.
It speaks. It doesn't have better things to do.
I'm told you killed your former master.
Did I not already tell it that I do not remember doing such? I remember having a master. My memories of what happened to him are vague.
Vague, but not non-existent.
Clever and true. Oh, very well. Let me see what I can recall. My former master enjoyed experimenting upon me. I remember that much. There was tinkering with spells, and then the crystals. He was very eager to alter my function, I think.
Alter you? Why? You're fine as you are.
Flattery, and obvious flattery, too. I feel warm and fuzzy inside. He possessed my control rod, and back then, it would have prevented me from doing anything he did not command me to, no matter how I might have wished to. So what happened? I am unsure. He was experimenting, and then nothing.
So he hit the kill me button by accident? Never press this button on the control rod. Do not press this button. Are you sure? Nothing at all?
There was pain. I do not feel it as soft creatures do, so the memory is an odd one. And then he was gone. I was standing where I was, in the village, and I could no longer move. The villagers came, poked and prodded me in fear, and then realized they could neither move me nor destroy me, so they simply left me. And in time I forgot I hadn't stood there all along.
That must have been terrible. I'm sorry.
In fact, at first I found it more of a relief. For so many years I'd had to leap to that little toadstool's every command. Get this, pick up that, put it down, pick it up again. The gall! At first I'd hoped he'd simply decided to leave me there paralyzed. An acceptable trade-off. After years passed, I simply stopped caring.
Sounds like you had a good rest.
I think I was ready to move on. Another few years and the moss would have covered my face. And then where would I have been? Whatever the mage did seemed to render the control rod useless, for which I should be thankful, yes?
See, I
And
thought it had
provided
something to
it
do with the
doesn't
demon.
decide to copy his experiments, not that I would allow it, it has nothing to fear from me. Much.
Sounds good to me.
The things that it fights, and it fights things often, that is a different story. Let us get back to the walking and the fighting. My stone is beginning to itch again.
Wow, plus 12? I don't know what I said that Shale liked so much, but...
It speaks.
I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
How did Wilhelm come to acquire you?
That part I know, as Wilhelm often bragged about it to whomever was willing to listen to him. He claimed to have found me in the deep roads. I was in the ruins of a Tig, he said, deactivated, with my control rod not far away.
You don't know why you were there?
I think I remember a battle. It was long before, and then there was darkness. Bah, in short, no, I do not remember why I was there. It makes no difference.
Do you know where in the deep roads this was?
No, that secretive bastard refused to tell me. I would ask and ask, but no. He used to say that one day, if I were compliant and didn't talk back at his wife, he would take me there and I could look around myself. Rotten, lying bastard. If I had his head in my hands now, I would squeeze it like a giant lemon. Squish.
What was Wilhelm doing in the deep roads?
It was a hobby of his, scavenging. One of the reasons he traveled so much is that he was looking for entrances into the deep roads, old places the dwarves had long forgotten. And then he would sneak down and search for magical treasure, before anyone was the wiser.
Wouldn't that have been dangerous?
Indeed. He had spells that allowed him to remain hidden and move quickly, but he had no defense against the blight, and worried constantly that he would get sick. If any darkspawn showed themselves, he fled. More often, he would have to fight other scavengers, dwarves who had become tainted. In the end, it killed him. I mean, he found me there, right?
It did kill him in the long run. So if he hadn't found you...
I wouldn't have had to put up with the twit, and I would be none the wiser. I don't think I was aware while I was there. Not like in the village. Or perhaps I was. Perhaps that was the dark place, and I simply couldn't see anything. How long could even I sit in the darkness and stare out at nothing, never sleeping? Oh, I do not wish to think of that.
Let's move on.
On then.
It's really easy to get approval with Shale, apparently. I'm already up to plus 48, and I don't even think I've given her a gift at all.
It doesn't have better things to do.
I don't actually.
On then.
Alright, so we've cleared out some inventory. We've sorted some items out. We have talked to Shale. We're ready to get out of here. I could wear leather armor. I really don't like these robes that I'm wearing, but for now I'm gonna keep wearing them. I don't have any money, do I? Oh, I do. I have 30 gold because I sold some expensive shit.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And with your discount.
I don't think there was anything else I wanted to buy from Bodan right now. Uncrushable Pigeon must be the... Because some of these are things you could buy to make the companions dislike you on purpose. It was part of, like, the Pranks DLC or whatever. So the uncrushable pigeon is the thing you buy to piss off Shale, right? Because it's a pigeon. This pigeon coos happily, apparently comfortable in the knowledge that no force could ever crush it. Oh, it even says restriction Shale. Which is pretty hilarious because, you know, he hates the birds. She hates the birds shitting on her, and so she crushed them, but then she couldn't crush that. You know. Chastity belt for Zevran. Cat lady's hobble stick for Win. Okay, so these butterfly sword for Sten. It's unclear whether this gaudy blade is meant as a weapon of war or simply a stage prop. Scented soap for Ogren. These are ones that... The Chant of Light unabridged. A luridly illustrated copy of Chantry Teachings, complete with a 100-page concordance and an overly simplistic collection of daily affirmations about how the chant can bring light into any life. So that's for Morrigan. Or Legion Mask for Loghain. Oh, spoiler alert. Loghain can become a companion later. Ugly boots. Oh, these are the ones to piss off Liliana because she loves pretty shoes. Many insects died to make these iridescent boots. What a waste. Protective cone for the dog. Oh, it's one of those dog cone things. That's if you want to make the hound hate you. That's pretty funny, actually. But some of these, now we're getting into ones that they would actually like, I think. Oh, it's a pet rock for Shale. Someone has painted a pair of eyes and a goofy smile on this rock. Alright, so apparently I don't need to look up online who those special gifts are for, because if I just examine them, like, this is just a normal gift I could give anyone. But the rest of these, if I just examine them, it clearly shows who they're for. So let's go ahead and get these. This tin helmeted puppet is painted with the blue and gray heraldry of the Grey Wardens. This sturdy stick is well weighted for throwing. That's a stick for the dog. Fat lute. A favorite of traveling bards, this fat-bodied lute is a sturdy instrument with rich tone and a melodious sound. That's for Liliana. King Merrick's shield. We don't have Logan. Alistair doll for Morgan. This little doll, fashioned from rags and stuck with pins, is eerily reminiscent of Alistair. A fucking voodoo doll of Alistair for Morgan. That's pretty funny. That's for Ogren. We'll get the pet rock for Shale. Kunari prayers for the dead. The words are in a strange spidery script, but the fine etchings demonstrated clear respect for the departed. And then we get into the ones that they hate here. So let's see what happens if I actually try to use these now. I think the way it works is I have to go here. Wait, I have to go to inventory, go to Sinclair, and use the stick. Oh, wow. What the fuck? Did that just max out? Oh, wow. That just maxed it out. Okay, so that's kind of an overpowered... That is so much leadership. Party members gained a massive bonus to dexterity. Well, I don't really want to max those out right away. Those are kind of... Oh, you throw this stick for Sinclair to retrieve. That's pretty cool. I can actually play catch with the...
It is begun.
I can throw the stick, the dog will go get it and bring it back to me. It's pretty funny. But the thing is, I don't actually want to max out with everybody, like, right away.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
I thought there was going to be, like, a little scene that would play.
I'm sure.
Well, these are worth 0, right? So if I sell them... I can buy them back from him for 0 as well.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this?
He actually does have a cheese knife for sale now because I sold him one. Yeah, see, now I can buy those gifts back from him for 0. Where's that cheese knife? He does have a cheese knife now. It's pretty funny. One thing I could buy if I wanted to spend a bunch of gold is I could buy this book that would teach me a spell. Cheese at the cops! Here we go with cheese at the cops again. But I'm not going to. I'm gonna save my gold, because I might need it. Alright. So Sinclair has maximum... That's right. So I think if you give the prank gifts to them, it takes them all the way down to maximum hatred of you. And if you give them the other things, it makes it maximum liking you. That's a DLC they came out with after I had already fully played the game and stopped playing it, so I never actually saw those in game before. They're kind of like cheat items, really, if you think about it. At the next place we're gonna go...
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
We're gonna go to Soldier's Peak now. Atop a maze of abandoned mining tunnels lies the old Grey Warden base of Soldier's Peak. A long way. Have an encounter.
These creatures have no true reason to fight us.
I regret what must be done!
Don't give them the advantage. Stop. Don't kill him.
What? Why not?
He is no common bandit. None of them were. Their weapons and armor are of fine make, and they are well trained. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Who are you?
Someone who regrets taking you on. Was told it would be an easy job. Kill the little red-haired girl. Deal with the others as we pleased.
Kill the... You came to kill me?
No one threatens my friends and lives.
Wait, just 1 second. Who sent you? Why am I wanted dead?
I don't pay to ask why someone wants someone else dead. I just need to know what to do and where to get my money. Ha! Money. I'll be lucky to get away with my life, it seems. Maybe we could work something out. You like the idea?
Speak quickly.
I've no real quarrel with you. Wasn't me that wanted you dead. But I know how you can find the one who does.
What's his name?
Never found out. Got the feeling the man I spoke to was doing someone else's bidding, too. I have some directions written down on how to get to the house. It's in Denerim. Yeah, it's the best I can do.
Thank you. Now leave. I never want to see you again.
Yes, go. Be grateful for your life.
Don't worry. I'll not trouble you no more.
It's Marjolaine. It has to be.
Why now?
Maybe someone saw me. Maybe she's finally found me and wants to finish what she started.
What do you wish to do?
She needs to answer for what she's done to me. If we are ever in Denerim, I would like to seek her out.
We'll go as soon as possible.
Perhaps it's time to settle this score for good.
New quest, Leliana's past. Seek out Marjolaine. Leliana believes the assassins you encountered were sent by Marjolaine, her former mentor. You were given directions to a house on the western side of Denerim's market district, and Leliana wishes to stop by it if you're ever in the city. Perhaps she will find some answers there. Perhaps we'll find some loot. A small claw trap. A wolf pelt.
I am ready.
We're gonna venture forth.
And here we are. Soldier's Peak.
Ooh, this place looks cool.
Maker's breath. Look at the size of her. What a fortress. I
Our
told you the
fortress.
map would get us through the tunnels.
She's impressive, that's for certain.
It's just teeming with history. Can't you feel it? So, I'll follow you about, from a distance. This place has the stench of death. I expect there's trouble up ahead.
Some people call this place the Lost Peak. Before King Merrick's decree, the last Grey Wardens of Ferelden lived here. I just got chills.
It speaks. It doesn't have better things to do. On then.
Yes? Something you need?
What do you know of this place?
Next to nothing, I'm afraid. Perhaps there is little to know about this place, or I simply have not discovered its secrets yet.
You were just talking about how you knew about its history.
There's more up ahead.
Alright, so everybody's got their little thingies on, right? So this is our castle. I mean, technically it's not our castle yet, but it's gonna be.
Fall back! Fall back already!
Taking the peak will not be easy, my lord.
I gave the Wardens one chance to die with honor. Instead, they hole up like cowards. We follow the King's advice, then. Starve them out.
But the peak has months of supplies.
Then we wait. When they are too weak to lift their weapons, we will send them to their final judgment.
What was that? Felt a bit woozy there. I'm not mad, am I? You saw it too?
I've heard an Orlesian ballad about something like this. A beauty trapped in a dream. In the song, Belisa never wakes up.
Your pretty friend here is making me nervous, Warden. How's this even possible? The place must truly be haunted.
Ooh, I got an option because I'm a mage. Strange phenomena can be seen when the veil is thin.
The veil?
That's what separates us from the Fade and demons.
Demons? Thank Andraste you came, Warden. After you.
I feel like we're about to get attacked by some crazy shit. And before these fuckers get up and attack us. You know they're going to. There's a statue. Right. New quest, ancient history. New codex. Learn more about the history of Soldier's Peak. You've uncovered some of the history of the base at Soldier's Peak. There may be more to learn, and perhaps you should seek it out. You've arrived at Soldier's Peak. Further exploration may uncover what happened here a century ago. The History of Soldier's Peak, Chapter 1. The Grey Warden base at Soldier's Peak was built in the middle of the Glory Age, several decades after the Second Blight was ended. Before then, Grey Wardens in Ferelden would take up residence in castles and forts that belonged to generous nobles. Warden Commander Gaspar Asturian desired a fortified headquarters where his forces could train and live. He planned that Soldier's Peak would be a city unto itself. The defeat of the Darkspawn and the archdemon Zazakel was fresh in the minds of the Ferelden people, and many were willing to donate gold to build Commander Asturian's fortress. Soldier's Peak was fully completed within 10 years and dedicated to the Maker in 934 glory. From The History of Grey Wardens in Ferelden by Brother Genitivi, Chantry Scholar. Alright, that's nice. The people donated the money to have the place built.
There's more up ahead.
Need to take a super fast 2-minute break. Stick around, stay tuned, don't touch that dial. I will BRB in just 2 minutes. Hashtag super fast. Okay, I'm back. Hashtag super fast, that's right. So super fast. The fastest. Alright, just pouring myself a little bit more Diet Pepsi here. Alright. Waiting for the other shoe to drop in this place.
I think they've
And
seen
the
us.
other shoe just dropped. I'm just gonna watch and see what my people do without my interference.
Idiot.
Shell's a beast.
I tried to be merciful.
He's barely even taking damage. Good job, team. I didn't do anything in that fight, but watch.
I shall do it. It is begun. As you say.
I'll heal him.
I shall do it.
Another vanquished.
More enemies. Are there more? I think that's everything. Killing dead wardens.
Very well.
I think I just realized something. Do you guys know, remember when I was like, when I had this on and I was like, hey, they're really going through the poultices fast. They must be getting their asses kicked. Take a look at this. Tell me what you see is wrong here. I have this set for them to use a poultice when their health is greater than or equal to 10%. That means when they're at full fucking health, they'll use a poultice. That's why they were using them. It's not because they were getting hurt so badly. It's because I made the thing stupid. Whew. Yeah. I figured out the problem. It's because I had him using poultices at full fucking health, like a genius. Wow. Can't believe I did that. Ooh, the Warden Master Scout had some nice shit. An amethyst, a deep clear purple stone, an iron dagger, and an antique Warden crossbow. Finely calibrated and balanced, this crossbow fires especially hard and true. It has weathered the years quite well. It does a lot more damage than her Brigand's bow, and a lot more crit chance, and a lot more armor pen, and a lot more range. And it has rapid aim. Doesn't have the +6 attack. She should still probably use this, though. Although it says her damage just went way down. 13.4. 18.5. Oh, it must be because of stats, the stat thing. Because she's getting a bunch of damage on her thing from Dex on a bow, but she wouldn't get it on the crossbow or something. If she uses the bow, she's got 78 attack and 18.5 damage. 72 and 13.4. Yeah, the bow is obviously way better for her than the crossbow. Good to know.
There's more up ahead.
More undead up ahead. Alright, in we go, I guess.
The men's morale is low. My spells are of no use in this matter, Commander.
There is more to leading men than sorcery, Avernus. I will remind them that they're wardens. Men, I won't lie to you. The situation is grim. Our forces outnumbered, our bellies empty, and our hearts are sagging. But we are wardens! Darkspawn flee when they hear our horns. Archdemons die when they taste our blades. So are we to bend knee to a mere human despot? No! I, for one, will never give up! I, for one, will never surrender just to dance on Arlen's gallows. So I propose here and now, in these hallowed halls where generations of our brethren stood vigil against darkspawn and evil, that we send a message to that fat bastard. In this sacred place, proud men, strong men stood defiant, and would rather die than submit to tyranny.
So brave, even when starving, and my great-great-grandmother stood with them.
I can't believe the king attacked the Grey Wardens.
Everyone knows they were banished, but to murder them like that... King Arlen must have been a monster, but I've gabbed enough. Lead on, my friend. Don't worry, I won't be underfoot.
So that was her, obviously. What was her name? Sophia Dryden. That was giving the speech there. Statement of Defiance. This poster reads, "On these grounds, virtuous men stood against a tyrant. They stood defiant and stood for freedom, and they died. It is signed by the Grey Warden defenders who were besieged by King Arlen's forces." Let's read the names of the fallen. Captain Mello, the Black Ferret, Chair-Thrower Lopez, Sir Derek of Orlais, and Jason the Longbow. Alan the Quibbler, Cartography Martyr, David the Silent, Dustin the Colorblind. Ebinger of the Bovine Brethren. Nox! Ebinger of the Bovine Brethren! Farrell the Feral, Sir Graham the Untiring, and Jason Sans les Argonauts. The Bovine Brethren... It's right there. It's part of Dragon Age canon. Bovine Brethren. It's a thing. Langley the Nefarious, Lucky Lacuna, Mad Dog Smeadows, Matthias the Bloody, McGurk the Vile Priest, Melissa the Magical Malefactor, Ohm the Stretched, and Packrat Dirksen. Sergeant Red Morrison, Santos the Silent Scimitar, Vitriolic Eric, Weak Eye Santos, and Wellburn the Exhaustive Fire. Those are all the ones who died. And in we go, apparently. Oh. Wait, what? Oh. I just accidentally left. Don't mind me, I just wanted to check and make sure outside was still clear behind us. I totally didn't just go back into the door we came in like an idiot. Arcane Horrors. Upon ascending to the second floor of the tower, we were greeted by a gruesome sight. A ragged collection of bones wearing the robes of one of the senior enchanters. I had known her for years, watched her raise countless apprentices, and now she was a mere puppet for some demon. Transcribed from a tale told by a Templar in Antiva City, 713 Storm. Demons, of course, have no form in our world. When they enter, either where the veil is particularly thin or through blood magic summoning, they must take possession of a body. When a pride demon takes control of the corpse of a mage, an arcane horror is born. Although they appear to be little more than bones, these are fierce creatures, possessing not only all the spell-casting abilities of a living mage, but also the capacity to heal and even command other animated corpses. Had a nice lyrium potion. See some warden skeletons over there, but we can't deal with them right now. A letter from Ban, Matthew, and Wolf. Sophia. Al Ruan and his entire family have been slaughtered, even the children. The Ruan line is no more, and the Arling belongs to the crown for now. Arland believed Ruan was plotting against him. Ruan criticized the king's spending on Wintersend. That is all. It was an idle word spoken out of turn. The king goes too far. His brain is filled with madness, and he clings to the crown like a drowning man clutches at a straw. Sophia, I beg you, help us. If nothing is done, more will suffer. Your humble servant, Wolf. The barracks. This is the break room.
You battle our knife!
Is that all you've got? You should run while you can.
Let's end this quickly. Feel that?
I never liked this part. You forced our hand. It is begun. Allow me. I could do that for you.
Chainmail boots, heavy chainmail gloves. Knit from King's Mail, these are almost ornamental looking. When equipped in a set with heavy chainmail armor and boots, right. Now, there are different materials, so... Sten, does he have his set bonus? I don't see why he doesn't, by the way. Now he does. So now if he equips these... Oh, he just equipped the Viridium ones. Okay, good. And he's got the set bonus. Okay. Journeyman Hail Rune, plus 10 physical resistance. An old Tevinter symbol for endurance.
Don't worry, I won't be underfoot.
A message from Commander Athlar. Soldier's Peak is more than we bargained for. There is sinister magic at work here. The men are seeing things and cannot tell nightmares from reality. The fallen return to life to attack again and again, and we are assaulted by dark creatures the likes of which I have never seen. Whoever is responsible is intent on destroying us all, the King's army and the Grey Wardens both. Send help, we cannot last much longer. Commander Athlar. Oh. So there is more going on here than just the siege. There's a dark forces here. But why? What is it all about? Maybe I should put rock armor on. Because I'm always leading the way, you know what I'm saying? And, well, we'll see what this does to my mana. There's a mess hall right here. I mean, we'll see if I'm running out too easily or whatever.
As you say.
Bones. Some regular chainmail gloves. Wait, these ones aren't hostile? Oh no, they are.
The wasted time. I'll be done. Let's make this quick!
You will be stopped. It's a waste of time. Prepare to be crushed.
It's begun.
Are you done?
Overwhelm us.
That should not have taken as long as it did.
Any more gonna get up?
It shall be done.
An archivist book. Another book. A heavy metal shield.
It is begun.
This book is badly burned. You can make out a word out here and there, and that is all.
The door won't hold, Archivist.
Almost done. The truth must be told.
What does it matter? We're dead.
Our grand rebellion so close. And to die here, a stillbirth.
We never should have done it. Wardens aren't supposed to oppose kings and princes.
Should we stand idly by?
Another one. Rebellion? What's this about a rebellion? If only the book weren't burned.
Dude, we already read about this rebellion in our fucking codex a long ass time ago, and now we're acting surprised by it. Maybe there are other records.
We can only hope. The further we go, the more questions I have. I hope there's answers ahead.
Hey, here's a book. History of Soldier Peak, Chapter 2 on the final years of... You've discovered another piece of the puzzle. There must be more to this. As he approached his 60th year, rumors swirled that the corruption in Warden Commander Asturian's blood was beginning to take its toll. According to reports from that time, the commander experienced terrifying waking dreams and heard his name whispered from the dark corners of Soldier's Peak. It is said that Asturian would spend hours locked up alone in the great hall of the base, muttering to himself, though no one was ever able to make out what he was saying. Many also believed that Asturion began, in secret, to draw up plans to expand his fortress, adding to it hidden passages and alcoves, all to protect himself from the shadows that pursued him. No one knows whether Asturion was able to complete his project, for his deterioration had become obvious to anyone who spent any amount of time with him. He was quickly replaced by Warden Commander Frida Halwick. Asturion was taken to Orzammar, where he submitted to the calling, the last rite of the Grey Wardens, and went to his death with honor. From the History of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, by Brother Genetivi, Chantry Scholar. Corpse. To anyone who doubts the wickedness of blood magic, I say, with your own hands strike down the corpses of your own brothers who have fallen in battle to a Maleficar. Then we may discuss morality. Knight Commander Benedictus, in a letter to the Divine, 546 Exalted. The walking dead are not, as the superstitious are wont to believe, the living come back for revenge. They are, rather, corpses possessed by demons. The shambling corpse, controlled by a demon of sloth, causes its enemies to become weak and fatigued. Corpses possessed by rage demons go berserk and simply wade into their opponents mindlessly. Devouring corpses are held by hunger demons and feed upon the living. The more powerful demons rarely deign to possess a dead host. Skeletons. The demons of the Fade are jealous of the living beings they sense from across the veil. They constantly push against the boundaries of the Fade, and when they finally cross over, they attempt to possess the first living creature they see. They are unable, however, to distinguish that which was once living from that which still is. In fact, a corpse provides an even more tempting target to a weaker demon, as it has no will with which to resist the possession. The demon cannot rationalize why this is so. It only sees a target and grasps at the opportunity. A skeleton is exactly that, a corpse animated by a possessing demon. Upon finding itself trapped within a body that cannot sustain it, the demon is driven insane. It seeks to destroy any life that it encounters, attacking without thought to its own welfare. The exact names given to skeletons of this type vary according to the nature of the demon that possesses it. A fanged skeleton is a demon possessed by a hunger demon. Is a skeleton possessed by a hunger demon. These skeletons devour whatever life they encounter, and often possess the ability to drain life energy and mana from their victims. A shambling skeleton is a slower moving skeleton possessed by a sloth demon, able to bring entropic powers against its opponents, slowing them and even putting them to sleep. More powerful demons have been known to command skeletons, but at that level they are known by other names, revenants and arcane horrors, to name two. So these are not this place isn't haunted as such. These are not the remains of the defenders that have been brought back to life by those defenders' own souls. It's because this place has a thin veil between here and the Fade that all these demons are able to come through, and the demons possessing all the dead bodies. And that's why we're fighting the undead. It kind of puts a little different spin on it. The mess hall, the archives. Here's the door up to the next place. Well, that's a very alarming looking area over there.
Make them pay for every inch, men! Hold the flank! Avernus, we need you!
Nelatep Obrasoth Sifan Net Bekon.
Oh, he's summoned.
Andraste's blood! What?
More of Ernest! Whatever it takes!
Teni e bentotus victos!
Press them! Press them now!
No! I command you, fight the king's men!
Fool! So much death, suffering, and oh yes, blood. The veil is torn now. Your soul is mine, Avernus.
Acolytes, retreat now! The battle is lost!
Avernus!
What just happened? Oh no, more fighting.
Careful! I think they've seen us. Good! Another down! Away with you!
Everything keeps coming back.
Let's end this! Very well. Enough!
Dude, Chill is basically invincible.
This!
The wardens summoned demons. Can't believe it. And my grandmother, she knew.
She was fighting for her life.
I believed that my family was better than that. But answers may lay up ahead.
Abomination. We arrived in the dead of night. We had been tracking the Maleficar for days, and finally had him cornered, or so we thought. As we approached, a home on the edge of the town exploded, sending splinters of wood and fist-sized chunks of rocks into our ranks. We had but moments to regroup before fire rained from the sky, the sounds of destruction wrapped in a hideous laughter from the center of the village. There, perched atop the spire of the village chantry, stood the mage, but he was human no longer. We shouted prayers to the Maker and deflected what magic we could, but as we fought, the creature fought harder. I saw my comrades fall, burned by the flaming sky or crushed by debris. The monstrous creature, looking as if a demon were wearing a man like a twisted suit of skin, spotted me and grinned. We had forced it to this, I realized. The mage had made this pact, given himself over to the demon to survive our assault. Transcribed from a tale told by a former Templar in Cumberland, 884 Blessed. It is known that mages are able to walk the Fade while completely aware of their surroundings, unlike most others who may only enter the realm as dreamers and leave it scarcely aware of their experience. Demons are drawn to mages, though whether it is because of this awareness or simply by virtue of their magical power in our world is unknown. Regardless of the reason, a demon always attempts to possess a mage when it encounters one, by force or by making some kind of deal, depending on the strength of the mage. Should the demon get the upper hand, the result is an unholy union known as an abomination. Abominations have been responsible for some of the worst cataclysms in history, and the notion that some mage in a remote tower could turn into such a creature unbeknownst to any was the driving force behind the creation of the Circle of Magi. Thankfully, abominations are rare. The Circle has methods for weeding out those who are too at risk for demonic possession, and scant few mages would give up their free will to submit to such a bond with a demon. But once an abomination is created, it will do its best to create more. Considering that entire squads of Templars have been known to fall at the hands of a single abomination, it is not surprising that the Chantry takes the business of the Circle of Magi very serious indeed. Abominations, pretty serious. We discovered another piece of the puzzle. There must be more to this.
My own grandmother consorted with demons. That's a hard one to accept.
Oh! First of all, Sten can now avail himself of some better armor. Winter's Breath, Dragonbone Mage Staff. Does way more damage, way more armor pen, way more range, way more spell power. Gives me a bunch of extra cold damage and it radiates cold. But I have to have 36 magic to use it. The core of this staff contains enchanted ice that never melts. It's said that this is what fuels this powerful magical tool. And I can also chill my drinks with it endlessly. 36 magic though, I'm pretty far off from that. Since I think when it comes to... Oh no, I think when it comes to equipping items, your total from other items still counts. But it'll be a while before I'll be able to use that staff. It's very nice though. It's very nice.
It is begun.
So they summoned demons to try to defeat the king's army that was attacking, and somehow tore the veil here. But I'm thinking maybe the veil was already thinned here from something that had happened earlier with the creepy, crazy old warden commander that started this place. I'm thinking that he actually started whatever happened, and then when the mage Avernus that worked for Sophia Dryden tried summoning some demons, that's how come things got quickly out of hand and everything went to shit. We'll see if we can find out more about the history of this place.
Let's make this quick! Quickly! Do not fight! Fight!
Here's their little chapel, obviously. Raspberry jam on the rumors about Commander Asturian. Histories of Soldiers Peak is starting to be fleshed out, but you're missing one final clue. Yeah, Asturian. I think Asturian did some shit that started this whole veil thinning thing. After Asturian's death, the rumors and theories became increasingly outlandish. One of the more ridiculous rumors told of Asturian's infatuation with an elven princess of lore, whom he was trying to resurrect in a secret ritual chamber through the use of blood magic and the princess's favorite food, raspberry jam. Warden Commander Frida Howick launched a thorough investigation into Asturian's secret plans, but was unable to uncover any evidence that anything in before Nox makes some sort of jam pun. Anything in Soldier's Peak had been changed. Commander Howick declared that the rumors about Asturian were a slight on his memory, and that anyone found repeating them would be harshly punished. The stories were thus silenced. In the History of Grey Wardens in Ferelden by Brother Genetivi, Chantry Scholar. Okay, wow. So all of this started with some fucking jam.
As you say.
My own grandmother consorted with demons. That's a hard one to accept.
They had to substitute because they were in a jam.
It shall be done.
Oh shit, Sophia Dryden herself. Well, is it really her though, or is it just a demon possessing her body? It's probably just a demon possessing her body.
Step no further, Warden. This one would speak with you.
Who or what are you?
This one is the Dryden, Commander, Sophia. All these things.
Grandmother?
You have slain many of the demon ilk to get here. This one would propose a deal.
Is anything of the real Sophia left inside you?
This one has tasted her memories, seen her thoughts and hidden places. But she is food for this one. No more, no less.
Levy, I'm afraid your great-great-grandmother is possessed.
That, or she's really let herself go. My great-great-grandmother is dead. I don't know what that is.
Knox says raspberry. There's only one person who would dare give me the raspberry. Lone Star. Oh yeah, Spaceballs. We have the same hair. And why should I trust a demon?
What is one woman child compared to your might? Strike me down if my terms offend. A fool this one would be to betray the Warden.
That's some very nice armor. I think I can get that armor. Tell me about this deal.
You can't be serious. There's nothing left of Commander Dryden. She's possessed.
Your fledgling should mind its place. Meek, subservient, quiet. This one will answer your question. The Soldier's Peak traps me. This one sees so many tantalizing places in the Dryden's memories. This one would see the world herself. For me to be free, into the Old Mage Tower you go and destroy. In return, this one seals the veil. No more demons, no more enemies. Your peak would be safe. Just let this one go into the world.
I'm here on behalf of Levy. Tell me about Sophia Dryden.
This one knows all, but will only talk after the tower lies broken.
What exactly will you do if I free you?
This one will roam, this one will see, this one will feed. But without me, the veil will grow weaker. More demons, more misery. You choose just one of my kind, or many.
What am I destroying?
The magics, all moving things, the very stone if you have the power. Something inside keeps my kind locked away.
There's no way I'd make a deal with you. Actually, wait. Maybe I'll try to trick this demon like I tricked the last one. Destroy the thing that she wants, and then right when at the end, but instead of letting her go free, then we still destroy her. Before I make a deal...
Yes.
Yeah, I can try to trick her. You tell Levy anything he wants to know about Sophia.
Warden, my family's been looking for answers for over a century. But not like this.
The veil must be mended. It's the only way. Oh, but wait. If I pick this, then I'm actually agreeing.
I'll support your decision either way.
Agreed. Any questions Levy has of the Dryden will be answered.
Can you tell me anything about the tower?
You only must destroy. For your purpose, there is nothing more you need.
Sweeten the deal. What do I get out of this personally?
The Levy gets his questions answered. You get nothing more.
I do not accept your terms, demon.
Then you are useless to this one! Die!
I think, though, I'm actually gonna load my save because...
You will not win! I never liked this part. Watch out! Awful thing. Violence is the solution. Sometimes.
Because I want to try to trick the demon. I want to try to trick the demon. Spaceballs. I remember seeing that a really long time ago.
Step no further, Ward. This one would propose a deal. But she is food for this one.
That, my great-great-grandmother.
A fool, this one. No more demons. No more enemies. You choose just one of my kind. This one knows all, but will only... Something inside keeps... Yes.
Alright, now I'm gonna trick it. First seal the veil, then I'll do my part. I promise.
This one smells the sweet stench
What?
of lies upon you. You seek to betray this one.
I do not accept your terms, demon.
Then you are useless to this one! Die!
Overwhelmer. Is that all you've got?
Everybody chill out!
Let's end this quickly. That's it. Time to be crushed.
Nera Kostlund!
What's up, Floridon? How you doing? Do you know about the Ori from Stargate? I'm gonna say no. I saw the movie Stargate a long time ago, but I don't remember anything of it, and I also never saw the Stargate show. So, I don't know where that puts us on our quest. Since we just destroyed Sophia. Addendum. King Arland had driven the Grey Wardens from Ferelden, and after the siege of Soldier's Peak, the base was abandoned. When Soldier's Peak was finally entered again for the first time in centuries, it was discovered that Sophia Dryden had been possessed by a demon. Ooh, she does have the whole set of armor, though. I hope we can find a way to reseal the veil without her help.
As you say.
Because otherwise...
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Otherwise that sucks. Elf flight arrows. These arrows are perfectly balanced and will fly more swiftly than the common arrows. 6 attack and chance to stun. Those are nice. This has seen better days. The face is pitted and scarred from arrows and blades, but this old veteran has plenty of battles left in it. Warden Commander gloves. These ancient yet sturdy plate gauntlets have served high-ranking Grey Wardens for centuries. When equipped in a set with the Warden Commander plate armor and boots, the character gains a bonus to health, and spells or talents cost less to activate. Though well worn with use, the colors on these plate boots are still vibrant. An artifact of an earlier age, this suit of armor was worn by one of the heroes of the Last Blight. Its craftsmanship is superb. Gives critical backstab damage? What? So, if Sten were to wear this armor, it's definitely an upgrade over his heavy chainmail. Ooh, and it looks really cool. $50 stamina on those boots? Wow. Alright, so he's a badass now with this armor set. The Warrior from SG-1? Yeah, I never watched that. Chill out like a daiquiri. Yeah, Nox. Stargate Atlantis was great. I never saw that either. I've never seen any Stargate stuff except for the original Stargate movie, the very first one. I don't know if there was ever any other ones, but I've only seen the one. Well, hopefully we can figure out what to do from here.
I can't believe my great-great-grandmother was still alive. Well, sort of alive, sort of dead. I need a drink.
Sophia Dryden's journal. Okay, here we go. 21st of Elaviesta. It is done. The nobles have thrown their lot in with Arland. Arland, the snot-nosed man-child. Arland, who did not walk until he was in his 5th year. Arland, who had to be pried off his nursemaid's breast not 2 years ago. Or so it is whispered. The Terns and the Arls believe him to be a simpleton and easily led, but I have seen something in the boy's eye, and it terrifies me. 10 Molioris. I watched the summer's day processions from a room high in Fort Drakon. The Regent has me for treason, when my only guilt is of being true to my country and my heart. My guard's tongue was easily loosened with the gift of a ruby ring, and I am told that the bands are fighting against my sentence. I shall pray, but not hope that it will be anything but the gallows for me. 2 Ferventus. The draft was like bitter fire, but I survived. Oh, this is her doing the joining to become a Grey Warden. Weep for me, for I survived. Would that they had made a clean end for me. I should have died a lady, the greatest of the Drydens, not lived to become this nothing, this monstrous nothing. 19 Matronalis. Enough. I shall waste no more time with wretched, womanish lamentation. Death would have been easy, but fate saw fit to spare me, and I will seize upon this chance. The Grey Wardens are an army, and the old commander is weak, a wisp of a man. I will inspire the Wardens, and Arland will rue the day he spared my life. Select entries from the journals of Warden Commander Sophia Dryden. So she was planning the rebellion against the king right from the beginning of joining the Wardens. Well, it does sound like he was like kind of an evil, or, you know, insane tyrant kind of dude.
I can't believe my great-great-grandmother was still alive. Well, sort of dead. I need a drink.
Alright, now we can go in here. Hopefully we can repair the veil and find the information that Levy wants without the demon's help. Because this should lead to the mage's tower.
These things can have unusual powers. Be wary.
Right ahead.
You will squish satisfyingly beneath my foot.
You will not win!
Defend yourself!
Well, how about everybody step on some traps? That would be great. Liliana?
It's done. Mm-hmm. As you like.
I can't believe my great-great-grandmother was still alive. Well, sort of alive, sort of dead. I need a drink.
Any more traps? I guess that's all of them. I'm on easy. I'm on easy, Florida. Ability notes. Alchemical concoction. Book. Door. Door. I better check the loot. This thing's not a loot though. I don't know what this thing is. It's kind of like a loot, but it's sort of a weird looking instrument. Maybe it's a dwarven version of a loot. This appears to be old research of the mage Avernus. They detail a series of experiments in terse clinical handwriting.
Day 32. The subject is not responding to the stimuli. Testing the pain threshold has uncovered nothing. Only 3 subjects are left. Day 82. If only I could reproduce last night's extraordinary success. Electricity is only a catalyst. The blood is the key. Day 97. Energy and blood. Repeated applications have duplicated the results. I conjecture that success can be induced alchemically. But there are no more subjects left. If only I had 1 more, or a dozen. The things I could do.
Always some fucking mage doing evil-ass experiments.
Very well.
Tattered notes belonging to the mage Avernus. Avernus's notes. The taint allows us to sense the darkspawn. The longer we survive with the taint in our blood, the more potent it becomes. Unfortunately, this corruption will eventually overwhelm the Warden. Over time, it devours both mind and body, leaving nothing. But what if the spread of the corruption could be stopped, or contained in some way? What if the Warden could become more powerful, without having that power kill him? How great would that power be? Would it be enough to stop the demons? The joining ritual is crude. We take into ourself the blood of the Darkspawn in the most obvious way. Most die from the corruption immediately. It is, after all, poison. There must be some way to refine the joining, isolate the true power that is found in Darkspawn blood, and leave behind the evil that kills us. Okay, these actually seem like pretty worthwhile experiments then, if you think about it. I can feel the corruption starting to take its toll on my body. I must not succumb. There is too much work to be done. Through my magic, I've been able to slow its inevitable spread, but not stop it completely. I am starting to hear things, even while awake. A voice, more beautiful than any other, that calls to me from the depths. Ah, it's one of the old gods. In my dreams, I see the Black City, and I am drawn towards it. There is something there, an answer to what this taint is, the taint that we share with the Darkspawn. From the notes of Avernus. Okay. Alchemical concoction, huh? This noxious potion, noxious, appears to be the culmination of Avernus's horrific research. It promises to unlock the hidden potential of the tainted blood you drank during the joining. Oh, should I drink it? Honestly, no, I wouldn't drink this. I'm just trying it. Oh, this looks like a boss fight room right here.
I hear you. Don't disrupt my concentration. Even now, the demons seek to replenish their numbers. Are you to thank for this welcomed but temporary imbalance?
The old Warden Mage, you're still alive?
Only just. I have only a short time left.
Careful. This man has dabbled in matters forbidden by the Maker. He may look frail, but don't trust him.
So the Maker told you that, did he? Short-sighted men have forbidden my research, not any god. Enough. Why are you here? What is your intent?
I've seen your experiments.
They were necessary. Any tool, any iota of information that could defeat the fell demons was justified. As a warden, you should know that.
How do you know I'm a warden?
A combination of my research and blood magic. But even without that, who else would brave Soldier's Peak?
I want some answers.
To what questions, I wonder? Ask.
Sophia's great-grandson brought me here. Levy, go ahead.
Master Mage, sir, my family name has been worth less than dirt for over a century. Do you have any proof that Sophia was a hero?
The boy who braved the mists. So you heeded my call. Ha 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 ha, and you are a Dryden. The cosmos has a sense of humor.
Your call?
He was but a boy when he entered the tunnels below the peak. His heart pure, his character certain. In dreams, I gave him the keys he would need. He would be my deliverance.
Just answer his question.
Your great-great-grandmother was the best of us. Brave, charismatic, fiery, utterly devoted to the fight. But still we lost. We fought against a tyrant, you know, so full of vigor then, so blind to consequence. But proof? There's none to be had.
I'm sorry, Levy.
I had hoped. But thank you, Warden.
How have you survived these many years?
The Chantry foolishly forbids blood magic, but there are so many secrets to uncover. As my body decayed, I found ways to extend it. But that can only go so far.
What was the purpose of your experiments?
To stop the demonic tide, to correct the miscalculations of the past. Blood magic comes from demons. They could counter every bit of law I knew. But the Darkspawn taint, that is alien to them. And it has power.
What power?
The Wardens use it merely to sense Darkspawn. A triviality. My research has discovered so much more, hinted at even greater heights. This knowledge could not only save Soldier's Peak, with it the Wardens could grow even more powerful.
This is wrong. You're no better than the demons.
I have done what I must. But let me undo my greatest of mistakes. Let me cleanse this place. Then I will accept whatever justice you feel I merit.
Can you teach me what you've learned?
You've already read my research. But in time, with the proper materials, I could learn so much more.
Only a monster would sacrifice his fellow Wardens.
It was necessary. It was vital. The few meager years of life they would have spent trapped in this tower were nothing compared to the greater goal. I gave their death meaning.
I want to ask about something else.
Yes?
Tell me about what happened here.
What use would storytelling serve? The tyrant Arland is long dead, as is all our noble co-conspirators and the Grand Rebellion. Sophia's corpse may walk and talk, but she, too, is no more.
How was Arland a tyrant?
He ruled with fear and poison, his treachery pit noble against noble in terrible battle. We thought him a monster. We gathered allies to rebel. But the toll of years has erased our failure, hasn't it? It seemed so pressing then. But the kingdom lives on.
What happened to the rebellion?
Too many mouths to quiet. Even sorcery can only go so far. So we met with Tyrn Kuzland. With him on our side, we had a chance of victory. Instead, the King's Guard ambushed us. Commander Dryden and I barely escaped.
You practiced blood magic on the nobles.
Of course, to nudge people to keep our secrets safe. Sophia should have let me nudge harder. Her scruples were her undoing.
You had to know that summoning so many demons was foolhardy.
Perhaps, but it was survival. For months, I prepared the summoning circles, researched the darkest depths of the Fade. That moment was a triumph of demonic law. Dozens of demons, called by my hand. But with so many variables, I suppose, calculation errors were inevitable. I was so close.
So instead you ripped a fucking hole in the veil and now tons of demons can just come through from the Fade. Good job. Commander Dryden knew of the demons.
She gave the order. I would have summoned the demons anyway. Only under Wardens can true magical research continue. A chance to rediscover the secrets of ancient Tevinter.
No, we don't want that. You do remember how that ended? The Black City, Darkspawn.
Chantry lies told to subjugate the mages, to keep them docile.
How do you know the Chantry is wrong?
And how do you know they are right? Their faith would have you swallow a great deal for small comfort.
He has a point. Maybe the Chantry is lying about the whole thing. Maybe that's not where the Darkspawn come from. I want to ask about something else.
Yes?
No, the time for questions is over.
So be it. My only request, if justice or vengeance drive you, stay your hand until the demons are dealt with.
The demons must be stopped. Now, until the demons are dead, we are allies.
That will do for now. We must go to the Great Hall. There, I will repair the damage I caused so long ago. There will be peril. The demons will fight us every step of the way. Come.
There will be peril! Hashtag mild peril! And the demon threat. Soldier's Peak is infested with demons and the undead. The creatures that threaten Soldier's Peak must be eliminated if the base is ever to be reclaimed.
We must hurry.
Well, we must check the loot in here before anything else. History of Soldier's Peak, Chapter 4. There was one mystery, however, that persisted, and this mystery perplexed even Commander Halwick herself. When Commander Asturian went to his calling in the Deep Roads, he did not have in his hand his sword, Asturian's Might, forged for him by dwarven smiths and presented to him upon the completion of Soldier's Peak. Nor did he pass the sword on to his successor, or to any other Grey Warden. While some maintained that Asturian had simply destroyed the sword in his dotage, others believed he had stashed it away somewhere in Soldier's Peak. One young warden claimed that Asturian had once grabbed him by the shoulders, fixed him with an unwavering gaze, and said, "The sword will remind you what it is to be a warden. Speak your oath to me when the shadows come. You must speak the words." What this was supposed to mean was never made clear. In the History of Grey Wardens in Ferelden by Brother Genetivi, Chantry Scholar. Find Commander Asturian's secret cache. You learned about the establishment of the base and of its founder's last days. The records state that Commander Asturian may have built secrets into the base and may have hidden something important somewhere in Soldier's Peak. You found the clues, but where do they lead? They lead to this crate! No, they didn't lead to this crate. Secrets. Secrets that can only be uncovered by holding down the Highlight Interactable Objects key.
I have a feeling terrible things were done in here.
Terrible things. And there's like fucking pits of remains and shit. Creepy ass statue. Hashtag mild peril.
We must hurry.
Casually striding mage.
We must act quickly. The demons are clawing on the gates. The veil must be closed.
What do I do?
I will unravel the summoning circles I drew so long ago. Waves of spirits and demons may come through. Dispatch them. I will begin. First, I must summon the magical energies. I feel them. They're coming.
Desire Demon.
Let's do it quickly. Here.
What else you got? We're done? The veil has been mended and the demons will no longer be able to manifest in Soldier's Peak. Yeah, that thing had a goodly amount of gold on it.
It's over. The veil is strong now. Stronger, at least. I said I'd submit to judgment. And so I shall. Can I be left to experiment in peace?
What do I do here? You must atone. Research ways to help wardens, ethically.
With what time I have left, I will do this. It may take months or years for my research to reach fruition. When it does, I will send for you. Thank you for this, Warden.
You've done it, Warden. Soldier's Peak is safe again. That old geezer of Avernus deserves the gallows if you ask me, but people will do queer things to survive. But if he does the proper research, without the sacrifices and blood magic and all, maybe he'll turn up something good. But there was no proof to redeem my family.
Your grandmother I'm not sure about, but you're a good man.
Well, thanks, Warden. For so long, I was focused on the past, on answers. But I think I would have been better off had I stayed at home. Enough of that, though. I find myself at a loss. You've got a whole fortress now. I suppose I should start plying my trade again.
Any chance I could convince you to stay on?
You know I'm no good in a fight, but I'm a fair trader if I do say so myself. My cousins have been looking for a safe place to store trade goods, and the Peak will do nicely. Whatever the Drydens have to offer are yours, for a sizable discount.
I will miss this place. It was infested with spirits and undead, but it had no birds. Not a single one of those malicious, spiteful little demons.
Master of the Peak, achievement unlocked. Quest complete. Sophia Dryden attempted to overthrow King Arland. She had her reasons, and it's a matter of perspective whether she was a great leader or a conniving traitor. Regardless, there's no proof of any of it, so the Dryden reputation cannot be restored. And that's the end of that quest. It looks like a couple people are ready to level up. No one else can come peak with that title. Oh, Nox.
Once my family comes, I might have some merchandise you could buy. Might tidy the place up a bit too. Well, my nephews will.
So I think if you leave here and you come back after a little while, things are all cleaned up and there's, you know... Now the question is, where is the super secret hidden thing? Because there's a super secret hidden thing in here somewhere that was referenced. And it's how you get his sword. But I don't know if it's accessible now. Oh, Asturian's portrait. Thank goodness for the highlighting objects button. We found an old painting, one dating back to Commander Asturian's times. Perhaps Asturian's history points to this. Recite the Grey Warden Oath. Oh, it's not easy. Just a chest just slides out. Casually sliding chest. Oh, look at all this stone! Quest completed. We found Commander Asturian's sword, Asturian's might, hidden behind a wall in the Great Hall. Yay! We found the Shadow Belt. Crafted from dark leather, this unassuming belt is a favorite of thieves, cut purses, and rogues. It gives melee crit chance. Well, we're gonna put that on Sten. And then we found Asturian's Might. Forged for Warden Commander Asturian by Dwarven Smiths and presented to him upon the completion of Soldier's Peak. It is a one-hander though, so we're not gonna use that. And a nice shield. There's a lot of nice stuff we can sell here. In any case. Yeah, if we come back here, I can't remember what we can do, but
once my family comes, I might have some merchandise you could buy. Might tidy the place up a bit too. Well, my nephews will.
We can use this place as a stash as well. Because it becomes our base. I'm not sure how long we have to, like, leave for. If I recall correctly, though, when you come back here, Levi's just standing outside and you can deal with him as a merchant, and the stash is just sitting out here and you can use it. So let's just try leaving, going to the party camp, and coming back. Let's see what happens. They never did anything with it, unfortunately. Like, you can't do a whole bunch of cool shit with your base like you can in a lot of games that give you your own stronghold. Let's just try going to the party camp. And then...
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
And then going back to Soldier's Peak. At least the loading screens are short in this. Oh, see, there he is. Oh, and there's the party storage chest. So I could put anything in there that I want. Like, for example, these extra crystals. This staff that I won't be able to use for a while. How soon will Shale be able to use Strength 25? Very soon. Alright, cool. I'm just gonna stash a few things there.
Welcome back, Warden. As you can see, we've been busy. Cleaned the place up a bit. Even my brother Mikhail came out of hiding. Never will you find a finer smith. Also, got some goods stored here that might interest you. Buy them now before my cousins move it all someplace else.
Did you tell your family about Sophia?
I thought about it, but I figured that it's not a bad thing to believe that you come from a line of lions, even if the truth is a touch more complicated. Our family's belief that we were wronged, it gave us strength to make something of ourselves.
What do you think of Sophia?
King Arlen sounded like a right nasty piece of work. Sophia was branded a traitor. She consorted with blood mages, but in spite of it all, I think she was a hero.
Any trouble with Avernus?
I've not a peep from him. Seems to like keeping to himself, but I keep telling the children to stay away from the tower.
Keep looks a lot different.
We've a big family. When you were away, we all pitched in. Hard to believe there were undead, demons, and worse around here, right?
I'd like to see your wares.
Certainly.
Levi's shop. Backpack? No. Spirit Healer Manual! This is the one that I want. Okay, great. But first, let's just sell some of my stuff. Okay, good. I'm down to 18 items that we're carrying. And I'm up to 44 gold. Spirit Cow Healing. Soul Rot Bombs, Freeze Bombs. Poultices. Glamour Charms. Shaper's Amulet, +2 willpower. Charm of Still Waters. Buckle of the Winds, Ice Band. Some nice runes. Some nice frost runes. And this, which I want to buy right now. Spirit Healer Manual. So now I can go in here and I can choose this. Not all entities of the Fate are demonic. Many are benevolent entities consisting of life energy, which can be called upon to mend flesh and heal disease. Spirit healers focus on channeling the energies granted by these spirits, making them indispensable members of a party of adventurers. Which means I now have the Spirit Healer line I can choose from with spells too. I can get Group Heal, Revival. I can actually revive fallen party members, Life Ward, and Cleansing Aura. You can get some cool shit. Of course, I'm playing on easy, so everything's easy enough that I might not need these things, but there could be some parts that are kind of hardish. Why did everybody turn off all their shit? I guess because we went to the, whenever you go to the camp and come back out of it, everything kind of gets turned off, I suppose. Alright, back to Sten then.
Say what you must.
Up. Let's get more tactics. He needs 36 strength for that. Stunning blows seems pretty good. Bravery seems pretty good. We'll take that.
What now?
Here I am.
So much valor.
Your wish?
Liliana will also level up. Needs 22 cunning for device mastery. I'll take melee archer. Spirit cow healing. Yeah. Levy's nephew's over here. Now that we have some ravens here as well. Shale's gotta love that. Now there's birds here.
Our family owes you a great deal.
And there's deer. All the animals have come back now that the curse has been taken off this place. There's even a dog.
You? You're the warden? My family owes you. Any weapons I make, I will sell you for a discount.
You're Levy's brother. Not much of a family resemblance.
I have a family full of traders living a soft life, getting fat. I chose to learn the way of metal and stone. It keeps me strong.
You're a weaponsmith, then?
Indeed. I have spent my life studying steel, dragonbone, and more. I learned all I could in human lands, and exiled dwarves taught me more. Give me the finest metals and materials, and I can make wonders for you.
Can I see your wares? That's a nice axe. Iridium Greatsword, 14.3. Silverite Maul, holy shit. Whitewood Longbow. Ironbark Crossbow. Ice Arrows. Grey Warden Helmet. Heavy Plate. Viridium. Studded Leather. Boy, this guy sure has a lot of stuff. Hardened studded leather. Here to Sten. Silverite Maul isn't really as good as you would think. I guess it's pretty good. Viridium Greatsword. Red Steel Battle Axe. Let's buy this battle axe for Stan.
It is begun.
And then we can go to Sandal and he can put a couple of runes in there.
Warden?
We can sell this great sword. We can put electricity damage and fire damage on there.
What can I do for you, Warden? Certainly.
He's got some sweet ass runes though. +5 cold damage. It's pretty expensive though. Maybe I don't wanna. Chance to reduce movement speed. I'll just stick with the runes I've got. We'll We'll put that flame and that lightning in there. So then when he hits with my frost weapons buff, he'll be doing physical damage and fire damage and lightning damage and cold damage all at the same time. That's pretty cool. Just want to see if there's anything else inside that's interesting. Oh, we can't even go inside now. Okay. Now that it's my keep, I can't go inside. But I can come back here and interact with the two merchants and the storage chests as much as I like. We'll go back to Sandal. Dude, Sten's a beast now with that warden armor and his new axe and everything.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
There you go, Sten. You can see the lightning on there. Warding off all the damage. Oh, Nox. I'm pretty sure on this difficulty, on easy, I could just take Sten and run him ahead and he could pretty much just solo most of the encounters by himself without even using poultices. With poultices, he could probably solo damn near anything right now. Shale could probably solo the encounters too. Leliana and myself, maybe not so much, but those two are pretty beast. Ooh, I'm about to level up again. Nice. Okay, so... I'm gonna put a new spell right there. Something good like Stone Fist. I really want to get some new fucking clothes for myself, though. I don't like these robes at all. Oh, that's where my group heal is going to go, because that's what I'm taking next, is group heal, for sure. Now that I'm a spirit healer. Okay, I think...
Why, thank you so much.
Silver bracelet, +1 affection. She really liked that a whole lot. Can you change the difficulty? Yeah, I can change the difficulty anytime I want, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Now we have to decide where to go next. Because we've done those 2 DLCs. I should just go do this other DLC. I wonder if this is the one that leads to Return to Ostagar, because I do want to go back to Ostagar. To see what's up with King Kalen and these densely wooded lands provide much of the timber used in the region. Let's go there. Take a closer look at the unarmed man. You're surprised to recognize the uniform of King Kaelin's honor guard. A memory comes to you. You fought us alongside this man at Ostagar. Take a closer look at the guards. Guards wear the uniform of Ban Loren, a minor lord well known and little loved for the fluidity of his allegiances. Let's join the fray. Oh, they just killed him. Thought I was gonna save him.
Enemies approaching.
I shall do it. Very well. As you say.
Iridium heavy chain now. Those guys were actually kind of tough. I actually had to heal Sten and Shale there. Well, had to heal is a strong term. They took enough damage that it was worth healing them. I should put it that way.
Very well.
Elric of Melnibone?
As you say.
While traveling through the woods on Ban Loren's land, you witnessed a group of soldiers assaulting an unarmed man. You fought off the attackers, but it may be too late for the man they were pursuing. He lies bleeding and unconscious on the forest floor. Bro, don't even trip. I'm a healer. Up close, the man's face is unmistakable. You remember him as Elric Moraine, a member of Kaelin's honor guard at Ostagar and a close confidant of the king.
Thank you. I didn't expect the band's men to notice my escape so quickly. I tried to hide here in the woods, but there wasn't time. And now I'm a dead man.
But you aren't dead yet.
You were there in Ostagar. You know how things went. For me, it was either this, or die in some darkspawn's belly, or be hung as a deserter.
You deserted?
I fled the battlefield when Loghain betrayed us. I abandoned my men, and they died. And Kaelin with them. He was my king, my friend, maker. All that time in Ban Loren's prison. And I couldn't stop thinking about all they suffered that one dark night at Ostagar.
I can't wait here all day listening to you whine. It's not your fault they died.
I know. Even had Loghain's men not turned their backs on us, the Darkspawn were too many. Even Kaelin, for all his bravado, knew there would be no victory at Ostagar. The king entrusted me with the key to the royal arms chest. If anything were to happen to him, he said, it was vital I deliver it to the wardens.
The royal arms chest sounds intriguing. Why didn't he just give the key to Duncan?
He didn't get the chance. Duncan was so busy with the new recruits and keeping Loghain at bay. Whatever his reasoning, it's me Kaelin entrusted it to.
Is this chest important?
I'd say so. It's where Kaelin kept his father's sword. The one he always said he'd slay the archdemon with. More than that, there was a secret compartment where he kept documents concerning his dealings with Empress Selene and the Orlesians.
You still have this key?
The Maker has a sense of humor, doesn't he? I suppose it's for the best, however. Had I kept it, it would be in Ban Loren's hands by now. I was afraid. I thought I would lose it on the battlefield, so I stashed it in the camp. Please, it's probably still there.
You don't think the Darkspawn found it?
I hope not. Would they know how to work the lock, even if they did? The key's behind a loose stone at the base of a statue. I'll draw a map for you, so you'll know where to search. If you have any survivors of the battle among your companions, take them with you. Their memory of the terrain will serve you well. I'm only sorry I cannot join you. It is vital that the king's documents do not fall into the wrong hands. As for Marik's sword, it is too powerful to be pawed at by those monsters. Same for the king's other arms and armor. And if you happen to find Kaelin's body, see it off. He was our king. He shouldn't be left to rot amidst the Darkspawn's filth.
Well, shit. Return to Ostagar. Credits of the Return to Ostagar DLC. According to Elric, the king's arms chest contains documents pertaining to secret talks with Orlais. Kaelin entrusted the key to Elric, who, fearful of capture, hid it within a statue at Ostagar. Given the importance of the documents, the unknown state of the king's body, and the opportunity to reclaim the royal arms and armor, and your own desire for revenge, the benefits of a small-scale assault on Ostagar are beginning to outweigh the risk. Recover the king's secret documents. According to Elric, the king kept some secret correspondence locked away in the royal arms chest, which Kaelin kept in his tent at Ostagar. Elric has drawn you a map showing you where he hid the key. Reclaim the king's belongings. King Kaelin's golden arms and armor were lost in the battle and divided as prizes amongst the Darkspawn commanders. For armor, he wore helm, breastplate, greaves, and gauntlets. For arms, he bore his father Marik's sword and a heraldic shield. Okay. Well, I definitely want to go back to Ostagar. I think I need to take Alistair with me, though. Which means yeah, there's Return to Ostagar right there. A ruin to Winter Fortress where Kaelin made his final stand, now fallen to the Blight. I think I need to take also, the fucking effect of that rock armor is driving me crazy. With the fucking weird rock dandruff I have falling off me all the time. I'm only gonna turn that on if I need it. Plus, it was eating up a big piece of my mana bar. So,
what do you need? Ask away.
If I am taking him with me, now of course he has no gear. I mean, he has armor, which is fine. But he doesn't have any weapon or shield because we sold all the weapons and shields. I probably should have. I mean, he's got to have something. I like how sometimes his axe has flames and sometimes his axe has lightning. Because it's got both runes in there.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And with your discount.
So basically I want to get him at least some kind of cheap sword. Some kind of cheap sword and shield. So that he's not just like completely worthless. There, he's got something now.
It is begun.
So, I guess I'll leave Shale behind. Or maybe I'll leave Sten. No, I'll leave Shale.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Just for this one quest. Uh-oh. Oh, we ran into old Tegrin. Hey! He's got oxen! Look what we found. We found some friendly white ox. Brr. It's the bovine brethren. We found the bovine brethren.
It's done.
As you wish.
You have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, old Tegrin can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
What's going on in Orzammar?
There's two things I'm here for. Travel or trade. Understand?
Let's see these discount of yours. Tome of Skill and Sundry. Ooh, it gives you a point to spend on a skill. I should buy that. Especially since this guy's random whether you run into him or not, so I might not ever run into him again. Oh, these shoes. Liliana will love these shoes. Powder blue satin shoes with long ribbons that circle the ankle. Gold lace trim and dangling gold charms shaped like puppies are the finishing touches. Silver Sword of Mercy. An ornate silver amulet in the shape of a sword. We'll buy these gifts. Painting of the Rebel Queen. This painting portrays a battle between Orlais and Ferelden. The Rebel Queen, with fiery red hair, has climbed atop a ruined chariot and is holding aloft her battle standard. An ornate leather belt that gives one strength? What does Sten's belt give him? Melee crit chance and hostility. A necklace named Temperament, an apprentice's amulet. Some dwarven heavy armor. Ceremonial armored boots. Bunch of special bolts for crossbows. A diamond maul. Lots of cool dwarven shit. I'm gonna buy this skill tome, I think. Even though it was practically half my money.
You have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, old Tegrin can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
That's all for now. A sprawling work of early Ferelden that attempts to unify many disciplines under one theory of mental capacity. Long censored by the Chantry, the book grants a greater capacity for general skills. So now I have a skill point. I've already maxed out coercion. I'll probably get improved herbalism. Oh, or combat training. I'll get combat training, actually. Can take more damage before interrupting my spell casting. And then at second level of combat training, I get extra mana regeneration.
Oh, how deep.
Hey, more leadership. She liked those, plus 52. And now she gets moderate cunning, another bonus to cunning because of my leadership. Buying her some shoes equals leadership. Don't buy RDR2. What's up, Buck Lightning? How you doing? Welcome. And why is that? I wasn't gonna get RDR2 anyway, but why do you say that? Alright, we're done here. Goodbye! Goodbye, bovine brethren! Roar. Goodbye, bovine brethren. Here, become rejuvenated. And regenerated. Have some harmony. Oh, we're just right into it, huh?
You've got to hand it to the Darkspawn. They sure know how to make a place feel desolate and foreboding.
Looking for little old me?
What you know of this place?
Next to nothing, I'm afraid. Perhaps there is little to know about this place. Looking for little old me?
What do you need? Ask away.
Never mind. Oh, I just leveled up finally. Gets bogged down in pointless detail and the cutscenes go on forever. That sounds like the kind of thing I would like. Another combat training and group heal. Alright, so we've arrived back at Ostagar. We're gonna look around, we're gonna do all the things here that there are to do. But first, we're gonna take a little break. If you're watching the stream, don't go anywhere because I'm not done streaming. If you're watching on YouTube, that's going to do it for this episode. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Dragon Age Origins.